Well, Keith, this weekend the Buffalo Bills open at home against the Kansas City Chiefs, and while there's plenty of excitement for the game, there's also some nagging concerns. Will the team remain in Buffalo for the future? Well, now we're finding out that lease negotiations could take much longer than expected.
It does not appear likely that a lease will be entered into between Erie County, the Buffalo Bills, and New York State before the end of 2012.
And there's even some doubt whether a new deal can be completed by the time the current lease expires in July of 2013.
And trust me, I'm disappointed. I went out there and said, I want to get this done.
But the Buffalo Bills and Erie County have agreed to extend the lease past the 2013 expiration date.
We agree that based on the timeline of where we are, if we need to do a one-year extension of the current lease, we will do that.
What's the holdup? It's being reported that New York State was not available for several meetings, an accusation state officials deny. But Bills CEO Russ Brandon is being quoted as saying, "We are in a stalled holding pattern. We haven't met for some time."
We've attended each and every one of those. We will continue to attend each and every meeting when they're called.
While the county executive would not comment on what's holding things up, he did point out that renegotiating the current lease that contains over 1,000 pages is very complicated.
We're not on the same page with everything with the Buffalo Bills at this moment, just like the state's not on the same page with the Buffalo Bills or Erie County.
And part of that concern is the Bills' request for over $200 million for improvements to Ralph Wilson Stadium. Taxpayer money is needed to fund most of it, but the delay means the Bills will miss a deadline to apply for NFL money that would cover about $30 to $40 million of the cost.
If we had gotten a lease done by the end of this year, we could have had shovels in the ground making the changes that were agreed to starting is basically 1 week after the season ended.
And of course, there's also concern about team owner Ralph Wilson's health.
He is not a young man, and that is something that is a factor that has to be considered.
But county officials add that negotiations are making slow progress.
This does not mean this will be the last home opener for the Bills this upcoming Sunday.
Now, the county executive says we need to keep all this in perspective. When the Gorski administration negotiated the current lease, it took 10 years, and even then, they had to ask for a one-year extension. Now, the Buffalo Bills, Erie County, and New York State are scheduled to talk about the Bills lease on September 21st. Live in Orchard Park, Ed Riley, Channel 7 Eyewitness News.